God is never going to bless you if you're just half-assing everything. And I'm not here to call you out because I'm one of the people that probably struggle with this the most. And I'm here to take you through my own personal journeys so you know exactly what I mean when I say this. So if I take you back a couple years when I was quote unquote trying to pray, give my life to God and whatnot, and I was doing all this, asking for a lot, but then I realized I wasn't really being all that serious when I was doing this because I was just half-assing everything. I was praying, asking for this, asking for that. I was trying to make money online and whatnot. But then I realized that if I want to have a relationship with God, that is going to be a relationship. And in a relationships, there's two parts. There's one part for the one person and there's another part for the second person, right? So I realized that I couldn't be sitting there praying and asking for everything when I was just expecting to get things handed to me. But I couldn't do that because I wasn't doing my part of the relationship. I was expecting God to give me all the things I was asking for, but I wasn't doing my part. This is because I was being lazy. I was waking up late. I wasn't doing the proper actions that I needed to do to get what I wanted out of life, out of business, and out of the whole relationship as a whole. I was asking and praying for a lot of things, but I was never really doing any actions to get them. And faith without action isn't really anything. And and this is the core message that I want to give to you guys, that you might be sitting there waiting for God to do his part. But how can you sit there and wait when you're not even doing your whole part yourself? That's the whole message that I want to portray. And this is exactly what I realized when I was in this situation. Because only when I started to do my part of things, every brick fell into the right place. That's when I started to make a lot of money. That's when I started to really understand how everything worked on social media. That's when I really built up great and beautiful relationships. That's when everything just fell into place because I let God do his part, but I was also doing my part, right? So just being passive, praying and asking for things without really doing the proper actions is never going to get you anywhere. But if you do the proper actions and you ask for the right things, that's when everything falls into place, right? To whom much is given, much is required and expected. And that's exactly what I want to portray and how life works. You might be sitting there waiting for God to do something about your life, but he is actually waiting for you. And I'm going to give you the perfect analogy so you really understand what I'm saying. And I hope this really opens up your eyes so you can do the right thing moving forward. Imagine this, right? Like you probably heard some of this, something similar previously, but I really like the way this is put, right? Imagine you have a farmer, right? And he has some sort of yard with potatoes or whatever he wants to grow, right? And then he's like, it's always so warm. The sun is out there, but I need water, right? Because how can I grow this thing without water? So he's sitting there praying, 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 praying for rain to come, for rain to come, and for him to be able to water his plants with the rain and whatnot, because that's what's going to make everything grow, right? But how foolish would it be for him to ask for rain and ask for water and ask for all these things if he never even planted the seed in the first place, right? God is not a genie that's just all of a sudden going to give you exactly what you want. It would be foolish of him to expect something to grow if there was never a seed planted in the first place, right? And this applies to you and in everything you do in life. How can you sit there and expect something to happen if you haven't even taken the foundational actions that you need to get what you want in the first place? I really hope this makes sense, because if you start doing the fundamental parts of what you want to do to get your result, you will see that God will lay brick by brick in front of you and things will get easier. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to take like the proper actions and the right groundwork and include faith with the actions. That's when you see your real blessings in your life. So stop half-assing everything and expecting something to happen, because that's not how life works. I'm the first one to say this because I was the guy that was half-assing shit. And how do you know when you're half-assing? Well, you're starting something without finishing it, right? You want more growth, but you're not posting any videos. It's like you want engagement and followers, you want leads, you want money coming in, but you have nothing you're even selling, or you don't have a proper product, etc., etc. I was this guy. This was literally me 4 for 4 years straight, and I tell every single one of my clients that nothing changes until something changes, and I know this so fucking well because I was the guy that just wasted 4 years of my life staying in the same exact position, same job, same income, same city, same everything, and only when I started doing the fundamental actionable steps was when really everything changed, and that's when you have faith with the proper action and get the results you want. If you want God to move your business forward, show him that you are actually capable of this. You want to prove to yourself and to him that this is something you are ready for. Why would he bless you with something that you aren't even ready to handle? Because if you weren't ready for it, everything would just crumble and fall down. And that's why we can usually always say when something happens to you, even if it's difficult and even if it's hard, you know that there is a positive outcome out of this because you should be ready to handle what you've been given. So stop half-assing everything and start doing things properly. Thank you guys for watching. My Instagram is down below. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.